evening, everyone. The highlights of the news this Thursday. Traffic accidents. A Beaver County man is being held for murder. And more later.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Josh and Babe cooking channel. Babe isn't here right now, so you're stuck with me. A weekday, we're in Southern California. It's been raining the last couple of days. It's cold, it's wet, and I figured that we're trying to stay healthy. If you don't know, over the last 2 years, I've lost approximately 125 pounds, and I've managed for the most part to keep it off, up and down a little bit here and there. But during the week, I try and meal prep. I try and bring my meals to work. And when I get home at night, I try not to go too crazy. And so tonight I figured that since it's cold outside, it's raining, that we could whip up like a hot, creamy cauliflower soup. I originally got this recipe off of the Whole30. It can be vegan if you don't use the butter. This is a totally vegan recipe. So good vegan, Whole30, healthy, hot, creamy cauliflower soup. Put it in your blender, put it in your Vitamix, use these fresh ingredients, and I just wanted to jump into it real quick. So let's talk about the ingredients, and I'll put all the show notes down below. If you click down below, you can see all the measurements and all the ingredients, and try it out at home. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below. This is the ingredients. I got some fresh rosemary, obviously a yellow onion. You need a big head of cauliflower, a little bit of green onion. You can use dried chives as well. You're gonna need some sea salt, about 32 ounces of chicken broth. I like that organic chicken broth. Some onion powder, some smoked paprika. I'm gonna use a little bit of butter. You could use ghee as well. You could top it with some pancetta even. There's a lot of things you could do with it, but this is just how I'm gonna do it today. And of course, we're gonna be using the Vitamix E310. And we're gonna finish it off in there. All right, so as you can see, I cut up the cauliflower. I made it into these little florets. I forgot to mention earlier, I'm gonna use some fresh garlic. So I chopped this up. Let's take a look at that. That's some garlic, and you can chop it real fine. I'm being lazy. I'm just gonna put it in the Ninja food processor. And that yellow onion, I wanna do about a half an onion, so I could save the other half for another cook later. But I'm gonna put some of that in there. I'm gonna start chopping this up in the Ninja food processor. And we're gonna get that garlic and that onion all mixed together. Alright, so the prep work for this is really not that bad. Cutting up the onion, cutting up the garlic. We're gonna finish these up at the very end. You know, getting the florets ready, getting your spices and stuff, all your prep work out on the counter. Really, the longest part of this cook is gonna be to saute up the garlic and the onions with a little bit of butter. Then we're gonna add in like the chicken broth and the cauliflower and stuff like that. That's gonna simmer for like 25 minutes. You want everything to get soft, marry together, real flavorful in there. Then we're gonna finish it up in the blender or the Vitamix. So come on over to the stove and let's see what we're gonna do. All right, let's get our stove on warm or low. Let's get that butter in there melting. And then let's get our garlic and our onions in there. We'll get those sauteed up real nice. Now again, you could chop the onions, you could put them in the food processor, whatever you like. I just did it this way. Then my hands won't smell as bad. Garlic, onions, butter. Let's get those all sauteed up. All right, while that's simmering, the next thing that we're gonna add into that same pan, let's get focused here. The rosemary, the chicken broth, that big stack of the cauliflower florets, all is gonna go inside the pan right here, and then we're gonna simmer it on low for 25 minutes. We're gonna give this a good stir. We're gonna turn our flame down to low. We're gonna cover it. Alexa, set a timer for 25 minutes. So it's been 25 minutes. I took the lid off, pulled that rosemary out, gave it a stir. So now let's add in our last couple of ingredients. We're gonna stir it all up. We're gonna transfer it into the Vitamix. We're gonna run it. We're gonna plate it. We're gonna eat. Let's go. All right, we want 1 teaspoon of onion powder. We want a half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I like some green onions, so let's do that so that that flavor can get infused in the Vitamix. And then of course, we need some salt. We need our sea salt. Let's put in some sea salt. Okay, let's transfer our soup into our Vitamix very carefully. As you know, it's super hot. If I don't make a giant mess. Okay, so let's turn it on low. It's smelling fantastic. And you want to do this for about 30 to 45 seconds. Make sure everything's real smooth and creamy. All right, guys, time to eat. Couple more of our green onions. Boom, dinner is served. Okay guys, it's time for the final taste test. I really appreciate you watching the video, learning how to make this recipe. If you guys make it and you try it and you do something different, let me know, because this is one of our go-tos, and so we kind of like it. And I don't know, it's easy, it's simple. It's so good. It has like a salty, creamy, almost like a pea soup, garlicky. But I don't know, it's hard to explain. It has a very unique flavor that's really, really hearty and really, really good. Check out some of these other videos on our channel, and we'll see you on the next one. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. I know everybody always says that, but it's a little hobby of ours. We like to home cook and keep the weight off. Cheers, everybody.